Graham Flanagan Investigates. Written by Rob Chantler. Episode 2. Feel the Spirit.
I call upon you, spirits. Show yourselves. Reveal yourselves to me. Is there anyone there who wishes to speak to anyone here?
Oh, heavens, that scared me witless.
Is there anyone there?
Why don't you...
Oh, wait. Someone's trying to reach me. I can feel the spirit in the room. It's Crispin. Does anyone know a Crispin?
Dad?
Are you all right, Persephone?
My husband was called Crispin.
Crispin, tell me, is your wife here, in the room with us? Oh, Persephone, Crispin says you're his wife. And wait, Chris is his son.
Oh, heavens. Oh, Crispin, is that really you? I've missed you so much.
Percy, hear me. I know what you did to me, and I will have my vengeance in this life or the next.
Did she just quote Gladiator?
Hear me, Percy.
Only Crispin called me Percy. Only he knew my pet name.
I am Crispin. You know what you did.
I did nothing.
Oh, if you need to reconcile, now's the chance. Speak to him and he will answer.
Crispin? I can't. I can't. I don't know what to say. What do you think I did?
You and you alone know. Oh.
Enough. I can't take any more. Enough, I say. I'm going to lie down. I can't listen to this anymore.
Let me come with you and put you to bed.
No, I'll put myself to bed. Oh, I feel so faint.
You killed me.
No, I didn't. It's all lies. Lies.
Delphine puts on the lights.
Oh, never do that when the spirits are communicating with me. Do you want to kill me?
I'm sorry. I did not know this.
Yes, well, I think we should bring proceedings to a close,
I'll go after her, make sure she's okay.
Well, that was intense.
I'll go upstairs and check on Madame.
Are your seances always this dramatic?
Oh, yes, dear. This one was tame compared to some I've done. I once had to exorcise myself after a seance.
Is that even possible?
Yes, my dear. When you know about these things, the sort of things I know about, most certainly. Anyway, My fee?
Yes, you'll get your £1,000 in line with what we agreed.
Private seances are 1,000 each.
I'm in the wrong job.
Well, they're more lucrative than the public ones. Madam Mysterium is still a name that conjures the crowds as well as the spirits.
Madam Mysterium.
Did my mum murder my dad? Is that what happened?
Well, I don't know, my dear. I can only relay what the spirits say.
Get him back.
I can't now, sorry. I have to go. Tonight didn't seem to go as well as I would have liked, and, well, talking with the spirits is just so very tiring. Sorry.
The following morning, Delphine goes to wake Persephone, and she doesn't wake. Delphine realises she is dead, and screams. 1 week earlier.
the Blueberry by Geoff Heywood. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for coming out and supporting live jazz music. Just want to mention that this group will play another show coming up in about 25 minutes. If you'd like to stay, tickets are $25 per person. Now, we'll see you very soon. One more time, give up here. Geoff Heywood.
So happy you're a fellow jazz lover.
Oh, I've always loved jazz, especially since I learned the sax.
Bob liked folk.
Oh dear.
Anyway, officially, welcome to your new job.
Thanks for this evening. Very thoughtful.
Oh, thanks for the company. I think we're going to get on just fine.
I think we are. But if you try and take credit for my work like you did with Bob, then it'll be a different conversation, right?
Yes. Oh, Bob was a good sergeant. The best.
Well, you've got me now.
True. Oh, Bob was always going to get his big boy pants sooner or later. I wonder who he'll get as his sergeant.
Well, it won't be me.
You know,
What?
I knew an aristocratic lady called Lady Persephone. We met at some garde-do because she's the deputy president's wife, and for some reason she remembered me and invited me to her mansion for a seance next week. +1.
Seriously? Cool. I'm into stuff like that. So, what, she's a medium?
No, the medium is Gladys someone or other.
Well, what a fun life you lead when you're not smoking pot and feeding ducks.
Is there anyone in the Garda who doesn't know that?
Guess not.
Well, would you like to come with me?
Beats get your coat you've pulled. Seriously though, I'd love to come.
Right, so I'll RSVP. Your replacement's pretty good.
Ah, Bob 2.0.
Mind as sharp as a pin, straight out of police college, and keen as hell.
Good, so you'll still have someone to do the detective work for you?
I know you meant that jokingly.
Of course, sir.
And you don't have to call me sir now, Bob. Why not just call me Mr. Flanagan like I'm your primary school teacher?
Old habits die hard. Anyway...
She loves jazz and plays the...
Oh, she? Oh, do I detect?
No, Bob. She's young enough to be my daughter. Sadly. Anyway, have you given your first case yet?
No.
And your new sergeant?
TBC.
Ah. Well, we're going to a seance together next week.
Date?
I'll ignore that. Anyway, it's at Lady Persephone's. Do you remember her?
What, the deputy president's wife?
Yes, it's at her mansion.
Well, she was a game old bird for sure, and as I recall, she wouldn't get a job in the diplomatic service.
I've been trying to work out why she'd have remembered me after so long. Maybe she saw me on TV during the press conference and it rekindled something. Anyway, it sounds to be completely mad, I'm sure, but it's one more thing off the bucket list, and she invited me +1. And it turns out that Megan's into spiritual stuff, so it was obviously meant to be. Persephone is hosting a drinks reception to celebrate Henry and Stella's 20th anniversary. Persephone, Henry, Stella, Chris and Delphine are drinking champagne and mingling. Stella looks across at Delphine until she notices. When she sees Stella, Stella gives her a smile and a wink. Delphine smiles back. Persephone is talking to Henry but leaves him to go over to Delphine. They are chatting away and laughing, although it is inaudible. Stella is looking annoyed and makes a beeline for Delphine.
Persephone, darling, can you spare Delphine a moment?
We're talking, Stella.
I'll be with you in a minute.
Okay.
Darling, come on. This is supposed to be for our anniversary, and we've hardly said a word to each other.
We can talk anytime, darling. Not that we ever do. So why do you want to change the habit of a lifetime tonight?
All right, I don't care. Don't talk to me at our anniversary party.
How often do we get to see the gang?
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
How are you, Stella?
The better for seeing you.
What did you want? I need to get back to Persephone.
Why?
Because we were halfway through our conversation.
I thought it would be nice if we went for a walk in the garden together.
All right, I suppose. Give me a few minutes.
Are you leching again?
What? Just appreciating her beauty.
What did Stella want?
She wanted a walk in the garden.
Oh, and she called you away from me to tell you that.
She wanted me to join her.
Oh, I see. Yes, well, you need to be a bit careful with Stella. I only keep her as a social acquaintance because I'd rather she was in the tent, if you follow.
I don't.
Well, let's say she could be a problem if she were batting for the wrong team.
Okay.
But, I'd rather spend my time with you.
Thank you. I'm very happy keeping a house for you and attending to you.
Wonderful. You know, on the QT, Henry's not very happy with his marriage, you know. I think Stella might have interests elsewhere.
I see. Well, I should take my walk with Stella, shouldn't I?
Do let me know if she says anything about me, won't you?
Of course, madam.
Now we're alone, I just wanted to say, be careful with Percy.
Who?
Persephone. Percy. Her ex-husband's pet name for her. She doesn't know I know it too.
Right. But do I need to be careful?
We've known each other for years, she and I. Believe me, she's not what she seems. Anyway, enough said on that front. I want to get to know you better.
As it's your anniversary, should you not be spending more time with your husband?
Oh, he'll chat away to Chris. He's even more boring than Henry.
But you have been together 20 years.
Only because divorce is too much effort. You don't know him like I do.
I need to get back to Persephone.
Wait. Please, look. I just wanted to say how lovely you always look. It must be the French in you. You're stylish and poised and, well, I don't know if Percy knows how lucky she is.
Can I go now?
Yes, of course.
I must say, it's still not quite sunk in yet, you know. Detective Inspector Bob Phillips.
Sounds good. I'll miss you, you old Labrador. But I think Megan stepped into your shoes nicely.
You'll have your sergeant too, Phillips, soon. Matt Johnson, he was a DC. Did his sergeant exams, passed with flying colours, but no job. He's ex-Met. I was his governor for a while before I came here. He's sharp as a blade, if a bit cocky. I think you'll be exactly the by-the-book boss he needs to bring out the best in him.
Oh, God. Can I have Megan?
No, she's mine.
Her personality profile matched Graham's, and HR like to pair people up they think will really click. Not sure what you and yours have in common. Soon you'll be able to find out, won't you?
Oh, Henry, why you don't just leave Stella and then we don't have to carry on in secret like this? Sneaky rendezvous in hotels and things. Why don't you just tell her and leave her and then we can be happy together?
I should. She needs me more than I need her.
Forget her then. Why stay with a frigid, foul-mouthed bitch when I'm here yearning for you? Think about love.
Oh, darling, you're so French. If I could leave Stella, I would. In a heartbeat, I would, to be with you. She blames me for our sex life, but she's the one with the problem.
I think she's a lesbian, you know. She tried to shut me up in the garden the other day. I think she thinks there's something between me and Persephone, which is why she doesn't like me and her being together.
Well, That would be a turn-up for the books.
But you said you don't have sex, so...
Well, that's because she's frigid. And I don't find her remotely attractive in that way. Not like having sex with you. I live for having sex with you. Promise me we can carry on as we are, at least for now. And when the time's right, I'll leave her for you.
Of course we can keep things as they are. You are a good lover, you know. I'm not just saying that, I do mean it. And other than you, I have no one who can satisfy me that way. But I don't want to be your lifelong mistress. At some point, I expect more.
Delphi!
Yes?
Did you enjoy your girls' night out last night?
I did, thank you.
Since losing my husband, you've been a real comfort to me, Delphi. You're more than just a housekeeper and maid, you know. I do hope you know that.
Yes, thank you. You're very kind.
People said a lot of cruel things about me, you know, after Crispin died. But not you. Thank you, Delphi, and for everything you do for me.
Last chance. No more bullshit. Where were you last night?
I told you for the 50th time. I was out with the lads.
Oh, the lads wear Chanel, do they?
What?
You stunk of it. The sort of perfume a cheap tart would wear. I smelled it before.
Yeah, want it yourself, have you?
Don't get smart with me, you little shit. I saw the way you were leching at Delphine. If that little French tart's been anywhere near you, I'll kill her, and then I'll kill you.
I'm not having an affair, for fuck's sake. I'm not seeing Delphine or anyone else, okay?
If I find out you are, I'll smash your fucking head in.
Graham Flanagan. Oh, heavens, how wonderful to see you again. Daughter or mistress?
Detective Sergeant Megan Forrester.
Oops. How very modern. Anyway, Graham, you've put on weight since I last saw you.
Yes, well, every time I solve a crime, Megan does me pie and chips.
Well, come in, both of you. Everyone, this is Graham, the policeman I told you about, and this is his Sergeant Megan. So, that's Delphine, my maid, that's Henry, that's Stella, and that's Chris, if you remember, my son. And that is Gladys.
Well, good to meet you, Graham. I hear you smoke pot and feed ducks, is that right?
How had you been?
I know your boss.
Ah.
Don't hold it against her. She was a bit shit-faced, and the liquor loosens the tongue, you know.
I reckon Stella fancies Delphine.
Well, she looks like she's a bit peeved seeing Persephone with her. See all the touching, smiling and laughing. I reckon they fancy Persephone.
A lesbian love triangle.
She's very rich.
Well, there's the son and heir.
Oh, yes. So, Chris, long time no see. What's it like to be the son and heir? Between you and me, I'm still skint. Right. Mum's the money. I mean, I get looked after and that. We don't really get on. We're not close. I was close to my dad. I gather he died. Stroke, they said. I reckon Mum did him in. They didn't really know. They never did. She knew he had high blood pressure, and she was always winding him up. Right, well, Persephone told me when we met at some do or other that he'd died, but I'd forgotten the details. She'd been drinking a lot, and sherry, and she overshared a few things.
Attention, please, everyone. Time to begin. Thank you, Stella, for organising tonight's entertainment. I do appreciate it. Madam Mysterium, it's over to you.
Well, hello everyone. I'm Madam Mysteriant, clairvoyant to the stars, and probably the most famous clairvoyant in the whole of Wales. That's where I'm from, by the way, in case you didn't realise. That's my sheep parked outside. Persephone has always been fascinated by spirits and the afterlife. So, as a thank you for hosting her anniversary party, Stella has arranged for me to come and hold a seance. You're all invited to witness whatever happens. The table awaits. We sit around it, light the candles, dim the lights, hold hands, and wait for the spirits to contact us.
The present. Graham and Megan are sitting at Danielle's desk. She's behind her desk, pacing.
Alan said she died of natural causes. The coroner did a post-mortem and said she died of natural causes. She had a weak heart, Flanagan. Talk some sense into him, Forrester.
Well,
the idea that the seance was arranged to specifically scare some rich old bird to death is straight out of an Agatha Christie. I'd have thought for a DI of your experience, if it was murder, it would obviously be the beneficiary. I'd also have thought you'd realise you probably couldn't prove it. So why waste your time?
I don't know. I just had this feeling.
I mean, I know she was a friend.
Acquaintance.
The only reason I'm going to let you look into it is because I've nothing better for you to do right now. Nobody's murdering anyone at the moment, but you're not getting resourced for it until you have concrete proof that it was murder. Megan can assist you if she wishes.
Thank you, Mum.
First murder this week is Bob's. The next one is yours, whether you finish your investigation or not. Clear?
Yes, Mum.
And make sure you don't lead Forrester astray.
he won't. I can promise you that.
Just a thought, Mum, if Bob's murder-free just now.
What?
Well, it seems Persephone's husband's death wasn't what it seemed. I mean, the inquest returned an open verdict, so...
So, on top of your theory that someone killed her for some reason, you now think she killed her husband, and that's connected to her murder?
Maybe.
Flanagan, take your Agatha Christie collection and...
Shove it up my arse?
Give it to charity, I was going to say, but whatever turns you on.
Hmm.
You actually expect me to get Bob to waste his time looking into a cold case on nothing more than a hunch?
Well, what's he doing at the moment if he's not solving murders?
Well, I think Bob is preparing the induction for his new sergeant this week.
Right, so.
Every inspector needs their sergeant.
Hmm.
When Gladys was channeling her dead husband, he said, "You killed me," and went on about vengeance, and she seemed pretty shaken by that. I know guilt when I see it.
Even if she did do him in, there's no evidence that there's any connection with this case. Anyway, what if she did? We can't send her to prison, can we? Oh, I guess if you're really at a loose end, Megan, then okay. See if you can find anything that might have a bearing on this case.
Okay, if there is anything, I'll find it.
Great. Well then, Megan, you see what you can find out.
Your wish is my command. Where do we even start?
By getting some alcohol into you.
Other than the odd glass of wine, I don't really drink.
Oh well, each to their own. I think she was murdered. I think our murderer's at the seance, and I reckon if we interview them in turn, we'll find the murderer and the motive, and then it'll just be a case of proving it.
I reckon you might be onto something.
It's instinct, Megan. When you've been a detective for as long as me, you can smell foul deeds a mile away. What do you think the motive was?
Love. I reckon Delphine and Persephone are lesbians and someone doesn't like it.
I think it was greed. I reckon Chris did it. I don't know how, and I've no proof, but...
Watching the guests before the seance was interesting, wasn't it?
How do you mean?
Sexual tension. Persephone and Delphine were flirting. Stella looked like she was chewing a wasp, and she and Henry hardly said a word to each other all evening.
We need to interview them in turn, and then go with whatever comes up.
She might have been poisoned. I mean, Delphine was pouring drinks, but people were leaving their drinks unattended, right, left and centre. I mean, poisons can stop someone's heart without leaving a trace, can't they?
I can't imagine what Delphine would gain by being the femme fatale. I mean, what? Wouldn't an employer leave a housemaid anything in her will?
I wasn't thinking of Delphine, although we were always told that it was often the one you least suspected. Anyway, anyone could have slipped a few drops of poison into her drink.
The toxicology report came back negative, though.
If she died in the night, and she was poisoned at the gathering before the seance, traces of the poison might have gone by the time of the post-mortem. I mean, it didn't happen until the following evening.
I think we need to find out about Persephone's health, and if anyone there knew anything, including Chris. With his mum dead, unless there's a shock in the will, he gets the lot.
True. She might have left all her money to a cat's home. Anyway, assuming she hasn't, he'd get millions of euros, and who knows how much money she has. What did her husband do? Do you know?
No, it was a long time ago, and I'm pretty sure he was some sort of investor or broker or something. Some financial whiz. Worked in London in the city for a while, so he's probably loaded too.
The more I think about it, the more I wonder if it was a crime of passion. Delphine may be resentful that her flirting was to no avail, or Stella, who obviously had her eye on Delphine, or Henry, who maybe saw her as some sort of rival to Stella.
Okay. You find out about her health, and then we can think about who knew what. And then see if you can find out about her husband.
And what will you be doing?
Planning the next move.
While?
Feeding the ducks and smoking weed. You're so perceptive.
It's a gift.
Anyway, first I'm going to see Alan, see if he can get me the post-mortem file. Then I think I need a quick chat with Bob.
I didn't do the PM, Graham. David did it. And he's not with us anymore. I did run my eye over it, of course. I remember there was an inquest, but as I recall, on the balance of probability, he died of a stroke. Natural causes, that went on the death certificate on review.
Blood clot or bleed?
Bleed, I think. Cerebrovascular hemorrhage, as we say. Why?
Well, Chris implied Persephone wound him up a lot, so his blood pressure would spike and he'd seem to have died of natural causes. I'd have thought a clot would be more linked to his diet.
Maybe. Anyway, I think your theory that because some crazy psychic said she killed him, she did, is a bit, well, you sure you haven't been smoking too much pot?
Just checking every angle, Alan. So can I have it?
We're doing them all digitally now, so it should be easy to find.
Megan Forrester, I presume. Oh, how lovely to meet you.
Just to prove I'm legit.
Please, come through to my office and I'll do what I can to help. Each client gets their own personal broker here. Well, after all, we deal with, shall we say, wealthier than average clients.
She passed away recently in slightly unusual circumstances, and we were wondering if her health may have had a bearing on this, especially her heart.
She was born with a weak heart. She had surgery on it as a child. She paid an additional premium to us to allow us to cover her for any heart-related surgery or other treatment. The last payment was made when she attended the Royal Christian Hospital.
Would you be able to let me have the paperwork from the hospital?
Well, I can release her file and that will be everything I have on her. She did have life insurance, so I will need everything back, when you've finished with your inquiries.
Why did she take out life insurance given how rich she was?
Oh, I don't know. Well, she paid her premium, so I didn't ask questions.
Did she insure herself medically with any insurance agents before yours?
Oh, not to my knowledge.
Did she take out the life insurance on top when she took the original policy or after her health scare?
She took everything out at the beginning, but we knew that she had a heart problem when she took out the policy, even though she hadn't been in hospital at that point.
Thank you. That's very interesting. I promise we'll look after the file. I can email you confirmation that we have it if you like.
If you would.
I'm sorry, Inspector. The death of Madame is very distressing for me still.
I understand. I just have a couple of questions, really, to help me understand what happened.
Okay?
Did your fondness for Persephone go beyond platonic?
No, I'm not. How you say? That way inclined. I did not have any sexual feelings towards her.
Right.
I don't know for sure, but I think Stella did. Had feelings for her, I mean, but I think she fancied me too.
Right. So how long have you been Persephone's housekeeper and maid?
About 6 years.
So you knew her husband then?
Yes, I'd been with her about 6 months when he died. He was found in bed, dead, just like Madame was.
How might he have died?
A stroke, she said.
And did she tell you about his health at all?
No, but I knew he had blood pressure because he joked about it sometimes.
Joked about it?
He did, yes, a few times, usually to me.
And Persephone's health?
She would have the old faint. She called them fainting spells. She never told me anything about her health.
When she had a fainting spell, did you ever ask?
No, I didn't think it was my place to ask, really, and she never said anything to me.
Is there anything else you want to tell me?
No?
All right, thanks. I'll see myself out. Do you remember how well they got on together? I mean, did they argue a lot, or did everything seem good?
I did hear the odd argument about the drawing room or the bedroom sometimes, but they never argued in front of me, and it wasn't all the time, you know. Couples argue from time to time. I never said anything.
I really think we shouldn't have work meets on your houseboat, lovely though it is.
Even Bob had the odd meeting here, and he was off the charts by the book.
Well, anyway, I got hold of her health insurance company and they emailed me her records going back years. She had seen a consultant after one of her fainting spells, thought it might be low blood pressure. Well, it was because her heart was weak and not pumping hard enough.
And Delphine said Persephone had fainting spells, but she didn't know anything else about her. She said Henry had high blood pressure and that he died of a stroke, and Alan confirmed that. He's our pathologist.
Do you think, given her heart history, that the seance might have been too much, and maybe she wasn't murdered?
No. I won't totally rule out natural causes. I won't discount your poisoning theory either. But normal people don't organise a seance as a thank you gift. I don't know what happened, but I do know things aren't what they seem.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, I don't suppose Stella's name popped up.
It did, yes. Persephone nominated her as next of kin as her husband had died.
If they didn't like each other, I'm surprised by that. Mind you, she'd only known Delphine for 6 months, and presumably Stella at least knew something about her poor health at the time. Delphine didn't know much. Well, she did. She was a good liar.
We need to interview Stella then, to assist us with her inquiries.
Good idea. Yes, probably at the police station. Do you want to do the interview?
So you can lounge about on your houseboat?
Yes.
Well, I'm happy to lead it, but you should be there too, really.
All right.
D.S. Megan Forrester and D.I. Graham Flanagan interviewing Stella Fox.
You're not going to arrest me or anything, are you?
Not at this point, no. We just wanted to ask you about your relationship with Persephone. We hoped it might help us shed some light on things.
Right.
When Persephone had to stay in hospital after some dizzy spells, she was asked to provide a next of kin, and so they must have thought it was serious. And it was you she named. Presumably you knew that.
No, well, she was discharged, so, I never had to do next of kin duties.
Why do you think she didn't tell you?
I don't know. Maybe she didn't want to worry me. Why is this relevant, anyway?
Well, we understand the two of you weren't that close, so we were just surprised that she didn't name Chris, who technically was her next of kin, even though he was only a teenager at the time.
Well, they're not close. They never were. Chris was closer to his dad, really. I think he was just waiting till she died and hoped it would be sooner rather than later. Whenever there's money up for grabs, the vultures circle. I bet everyone in that room hopes she'd die. I bet Chris is getting begging letters as we speak.
Did you really arrange the seance as a surprise?
Yes, in return for hosting our anniversary party.
Why?
She was obsessed with spirits and mediums, especially since Crispin died, so I thought it would be nice to do.
And if you'd known she'd had a weak heart, presumably...
Well, no. I mean, I've seen Gladys before, and her shows are always a bit much, so no, if I'd known, of course I wouldn't have done.
Where did you see her show?
Oh, well, it was a while ago. Some theatre in Dublin somewhere. The Abbey?
Right. I'd have thought a show like that would be more Gaiety territory.
Yes. The Gaiety, I meant.
Right. Well, we don't know why she's dead, but we'll find out eventually, I'm sure.
All right, well, I think we've clarified what we needed to for now. Thank you for coming in.
We might need to contact you again. We could probably call on you rather than ask you into the station, if that would be all right.
Yes, well, I'd rather that, yes. Oh, and I'm sure you found out already, but the reading of the will is tomorrow night at Persephone's?
We should probably be there.
Perhaps you should, and then you'll realise that I don't stand to benefit. Maybe that'll get me off your suspect list.
We're interviewing everyone who was at the séance, Stella. We're not accusing you or charging you with anything.
Yes, well, good. I can find my own way out.
Our colleague will just want to see you before you leave. It's standard procedure to take a set of fingerprints when we bring someone in for an interview. Hope that won't be a problem.
Well,
Good.
She's lying. Surely Persephone would have asked her if she minded being next of kin before she made her that. And if she had been nominated by Persephone, surely the hospital would have told her.
Well, she ummed and ahed a lot. And if Gladys was as spectacular as she said she was, surely she'd have remembered which theatre she went to.
I'm impressed you know what theatre does what.
I'm not uncultured, you know. I like a good drama. I've seen some great stuff at the Abbey.
Cool.
I should have asked her more about her friendship. Maybe next time. Remind me, will you?
Sure. So, what now?
Time for me to see Gladys. By the way, have you had a chance to start digging into Persephone's husband?
Well, he was the rich one, so it looked like she married money. He was a lord. It was given to him by Tony Blair for services to business in the 1997 honours list, so she got her title from her marriage to him.
Ah, did she have money too?
No, she was poor. Middle-class family, but there seemed to have been some sort of falling out. She lived in a flat and had a CCJ against her.
Marriage for money?
Maybe. Not sure how they met, but I did check with the land registry as to who owned the mansion, and it was Crispin.
So if she married money and needed money, it does strengthen the possibility that she killed him for inheritance. Maybe she was playing the long game, waiting 20 years, She certainly seems to be like playing Lady of the Manor, doesn't she?
Yes. Well, if she was a kept woman and enjoying the lifestyle, I can't see why she'd want him dead, other than the fact that they didn't get on.
And do you think she was murdered by someone who blamed her for murdering her husband?
I won't rule it out, but no, I don't think it was a revenge killing. I think it was a crime of passion.
Tenner says it's inheritance.
Deal. Say goodbye to your money.
good gin, isn't it, Inspector?
Don't usually drink gin. Still the odd one, you know.
Well, now, I expect you want to ask me about the seance, don't you? I heard about Persephone. Stella told me. Well, I'd gone by the time she died, hadn't I?
With €1,000, if I remember.
You do? €1,000 for every seance pays the bills.
The seance was Stella's thank you gift to Persephone, right?
Yes, that's right.
And Stella found you, I don't know, on mediumsorus.com or whatever and asked you to do the seance, right?
I get my work by word of mouth. I don't even have a website, and I certainly don't need intermediaries. My experience speaks for itself. Of course, lots of the seances I do privately, and obviously I can't divulge information on who they were for, etc. Wouldn't be right, would it?
Have you done public shows, you know, music halls, theatres, pubs?
Oh yes, for many years. In Dublin and the UK.
And how often do they go like the other night?
Well, bad spirits do come through sometimes, but I must admit, I haven't had a seance where it happened like that for, decades. Whatever she did to, Crispin, wasn't it? I don't think he was very happy about it.
And you really channeled Crispin, you know, with the voice and everything? It was pretty convincing.
Are you a real policeman?
Yes.
Well, I'll take your word for that.
Well, I can prove...
I didn't ask you to. Just like I shouldn't have to prove my credentials to you.
All right, but just to be clear, you didn't know Stella before she contacted you to arrange the seance?
No, I told you that.
And did Stella tell you about Lady Persephone's heart condition?
No, never. You don't think I'd have gone ahead with a seance, knowing it could scare someone to death, do you?
Well, Gladys, my job is to suspect everyone and dismiss no one until the pieces of the puzzle fall into place.
Hello, is that Discreet Investigations? Good. My name is Stella Fox. I'd like you to follow my husband.
So, officially welcome to your new job, Johnson.
Yeah, sweet. And a promotion. Nice one.
You meet your new boss tomorrow. He's gone out for drinks with his old boss today. Apparently they're talking shop.
What's he like, this Bob geezer?
By the book, straight as an arrow.
Any fit birds around? They're my Irish lassies.
Eyes on the job, Johnson. You're a top-notch copper, but you're a bit of a lech, aren't you?
Yeah, suppose, yeah. I'll tone it down, innit?
Yeah, please. Blimey, Phillips is in for a culture shock.
Thanks for the drink, Graham.
Pleasure.
You wanted something?
Yes, Bob, we want you to run our case by you and see what you think.
Even with Megan, you still expect me to solve your cases for you?
I know you meant that joke.
Of course. No, always happy to be of assistance.
So, a wealthy lady dies of a heart attack after a seance. At the seance, a medium claims she's channeling the lady's dead ex-husband and accuses her of killing him. She denies it and rushes out and dies during the night. Others close to her allude to foul play as well. She married him for money, had a son, Chris, and they'd been together about 20 years when her husband died.
So you're investigating whether a dead lady killed her husband?
No, that's just interesting stuff we found along the way.
Ah.
I think she was murdered for her money. Megan thinks it was a crime of passion.
She has a French maid called Delphine, who her sort of friend Stella seems to think fancies her. Classic crime of passion.
Well, if Graham's right, the son did it for the money. If you're right, Megan, Stella did it so she could have Delphine for herself. Seems pretty clear cut to me.
That's the problem, Bob. Either way, it seems it's all too easy. However clear-cut it is, we still have to prove it.
So, how was this lady murdered if your theory's right?
I think Stella hired a medium to literally scare her to death. I think Stella knew she had a weak heart, and I think Stella knew more about her husband's death than she let on. Trouble is, it all sounds a bit far-fetched.
Megan?
Maybe. Chris stood to inherit if she died, so it might be him too.
Well, the reading of the will happens tonight, so we'll find out soon enough if it was worth it.
Proving either theory won't be easy. So, if you want my advice, put your heads together and find a way of proving it. I'm inducting my new DS this week. In fact, I'm meeting him tomorrow. Maybe he'll have an idea. See you. Nice to have met you, Megan.
Likewise. So, finally, I get to meet the famous Bob.
Yes, see what I had to put up with.
Well, let's go to the will reading. We've been invited, haven't we? And we'll see what happens.
Where is Henry?
He didn't come. He said it was pointless because she wouldn't have left him anything.
Surprised to see Stella here. She didn't seem to think she was up for anything when we interviewed her, did she?
No.
You think she left you something then?
She'd better have done.
The last will and testament of Lady Persephone Lewington. I, Persephone, sound body and mind, do hereby make my will. I appoint my solicitor to execute my will upon my demise. To my son Chris, I leave the estate, that being the mansion and the land upon which it stands, on the condition that it must not be sold or disposed of, so that it remains in the family. My wealth, such as stocks, shares, possessions and savings, I divide equally between Chris and my doting and dear maid and housekeeper, Delphine. To Stella and the other loose friends and acquaintances, anything that falls outside of these categories can be disposed of as my solicitor sees fit.
Bitch! Bitch! You fucking bitch! If you weren't dead already, I'd fucking kill you!
Delphine?
What?
Are you all right?
Oh yes, it's just, well, I've only been here for 5.5 years and I've had no idea Madame appreciated me so much. I mean, she always said she did, but, well, it's like I've won the lottery. It's a shock, you know.
I hope Stella's all right.
She was expecting something. I think she thought she was more of a friend than she was, you know.
Nothing.
Yeah, you said.
That bitch Delphine and her scrounging son get the fucking lot. I hope Chris goes down for a murder. He can't spend it in prison, can he?
Look,
Oh, all I've done for her.
what have you done for her?
Been a friend, that's what. So humiliating. When she was ill, I was there for her, and what thanks do I get? Nothing. Yes? Oh, Giles. Yes. Can I call you tomorrow? Now's not a good time. Thank you. Bye.
Who's Giles?
None of your business. Think I'm having an affair, do you?
Funny, who'd have an affair with you?
Oh, you stayed for 20 years, you twat.
Look, it's nearly midnight. Why don't you have a few gins and get some sleep? I'm sure you need some.
I've got nothing. Nothing.
I'm sorry. Like I said, what more can I say? I mean, I can't dig her up and make her change her mind.
I'll contest it. That's what I'll do. I'm not just taking this affront lying down.
I'm sorry, Henry. I just can't help thinking Stella will walk in and catch us together.
She won't. She's too common to come to a place like this. Anyway, her mobile's at home, and she's never away from that.
How do you know?
I've got an app.
Well, this is a beautiful restaurant, so thank you. I know we'll have a lovely evening. What's the matter?
Nothing, darling. Just there was a man at the bar staring at us. If he does it again, I'm going over. He should be staring at me, and he should be staring at... Oh, he's going.
You don't think Stella sent him to spy on you?
She wouldn't go that far. If she has, well, we'll be having words, I can tell you. Oh, come on, don't let it spoil your evening. Anyway, if I leave her for you, she'll find out anyway, won't she?
Hello? Giles? Yes. What? Can you send me the photo? And if it's who I think it is, I'll certainly know, grainy or not. Oh, if it is, he's dead.
We seem to be spending half our lives here.
You can't beat the pub garden for a place to meet. It's the air, you know.
We should interview Henry, shouldn't we? Get some insight into Stella from his perspective.
Yes, we should. I don't think there's any love lost there.
And are we still going to re-interview Stella?
I think so. First, I think, because it might help to clarify whatever Henry tells us.
And Gladys?
Well, her place is pretty much as I imagined it would be. She said she'd done hundreds of shows and she was so well known she didn't need a website and anything came by word of mouth. So what seems odd was that people like her normally have framed posters of old shows they've done and programmes and stuff, and I couldn't see any.
So she couldn't prove her claims then?
No. I think I'll get you to look into her as well. Stella said she saw her at the Gaiety Theatre, didn't she? When I queried her recall, shouldn't be too hard to check the back catalogue.
On it.
And if she is dodgy, or exaggerating the truth, shall we say, a website wouldn't be helpful, would it? Can you check to see if any professional bodies regulate psychics and stuff? See if she's official?
Sure.
Meanwhile, I think I'll pay Stella another visit. If Gladys got clients by word of mouth, I wonder who told Stella. I was hoping to talk to Henry too.
Don't even talk to me about Henry, the lying, cheating wanker.
What?
I suspected he was having an affair because he didn't seem interested anymore, shall we say. I could smell the cheap tart's perfume on him, but he denied it, so I hired a PI to follow him.
And?
He and Delphine were on a date at a posh restaurant. We couldn't hear what they said, but the body language said it all. They might well have had sex on the table. I swear to God, when Henry gets back, we're going to have fucking words.
Right, so, while it's just you, I do need to ask you some things, if I may.
Yeah?
When we asked you if you were aware Stella had named you as her next of kin when she was hospitalised that time, you told us you didn't know and she hadn't told you.
Yes.
You implied you weren't close and said you were surprised she'd done that?
Yes.
So why did you come to the will reading then?
Well, in case she'd left me something.
Why would she?
We were friends.
Well, if she named you as a next of kin over her son, she must have thought you were more than a friend, even if she didn't tell you. So I'm wondering why, if you didn't know that you were there, why she didn't leave you anything, and why when she didn't, you lost your shit.
She even left stuff to Delphine, and she was only her fucking maid.
Oh, well, I noticed, Megan and me noticed that when Delphine and Persephone were talking, you seemed very annoyed and tried to get Delphine away from her. Do you think she left Delphine half her wealth because she was more than just a maid? Lover, perhaps?
I'm sure I don't know.
Did you fancy Delphine? Is that why you didn't like her flirting with Persephone, or was it the other way round?
I'm married. Unfortunately, I just couldn't stand to see Delphine sullied by her.
Sullied how?
You know,
No, not really. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to ask, Gladys told me she didn't advertise and got her business by word of mouth, so...
Well, no one. I saw her show, like I said, and I collared her afterwards. Not that hard.
Right.
Hello, love. Hello, Graham.
Hello.
Don't you love me, you little shit? I know you're having an affair with Delphine, and if you have any balls at all, you'll admit it before I show you the proof.
Oh, so that guy in the restaurant was your spy, was he? You absolute bitch.
So it's true then?
All right, it's true I am. And you know why. Because you're a frigid cow that just doesn't serve my needs, all right?
You bastard. You're not exactly a sex god.
I'm leaving you tonight. I'm going for a drive. I'll find a hotel and you won't see me tonight. I put everything into our marriage. The only reason it never worked was because you're a closet lesbian.
Don't you fucking dare. Sorry, Inspector, you shouldn't have seen that.
Will he be back, do you think?
To get his stuff, probably. Anyway, Delphine lives at Persephone's, so I don't know where he thinks he's going to.
And are you a lesbian?
That's none of your business.
I just wondered about you and Delphine, you see.
We're just friends, that's all. Friends, all right?
All right. I've had enough drama for one night, so I'll be on my way.
So, Phillips and Johnson, your first case. Brutal murder in Jervis Street car park. Bloke found with his head smashed in. Get on it and report back.
Blimey. Pipe the state of his nut.
What?
His nut, his head. Ain't seen no bloke as bashed up as that since the Camberwell job. He'd been bagged and he'd had his Jacobs off and all, innit?
Well, whoever did this didn't hold back. Didn't even take the murder weapon. This, Matt, was delivered with fury and frenzy.
We should get a good set of prints. Must have pissed off some right nutter, that's for sure. Who is this geezer anyway?
Henry Fox, 26A Barber Street. When Alan arrives, we'll check in with the boss and take it from there.
I'm definitely onto something.
Well, whatever you're onto, you'd better get a move on. We've had the first murder come in since you started your sleuthing. Gave it to Bob and his new sergeant. Nasty. Some bloke in a car park found with his head bashed in. Sometime last night. Well, that was good timing, gents. Matt, meet Graham Flanagan, Bob's old boss, and his DS, Megan Forrester.
All right, son. Babe?
Oh, yes, good to meet you.
Yeah, likewise. Nice one.
We've been to the scene. Alan took over before we left. He reckons there'll be prints on the murder weapon, and given how little effort was made to dispose of it, he thinks it was spontaneous murder. All we have to do is find out who hated Henry Fox enough to...
Henry Fox?
Yes. Well, why?
Well, sorry to solve your first case for you, but your murderer is his wife, Stella.
His missus done it?
Oh, yes. I saw them fight, and she made threats to kill him, and he stormed off and drove off, and she followed. I saw her go.
So you were interviewing her as part of your investigation?
Yes, ma'am. We took her prints when she was interviewed. So, Bob, if they match, please don't arrest her. I want you to join me and Megan at Persephone's tomorrow night, where we'll gather the suspects and make the arrest. And if I have my way, she'll be arrested for the murder of Lady Persephone as well.
Unbelievable!
Do you know where he lived, just in case it's another Henry Fox?
26A Barber Street.
Feck, that's the address. It's definitely him.
Why did his missus do him in?
She found out he was having an affair with another woman, basically.
I've heard of getting the hump, but that's some mad shit.
Megan, can you see if you can find anything that we can use to prove Gladys was paid by Stella to kill Persephone? I'd really like to make 2 arrests tomorrow night.
Sure.
Megan?
Yes?
Hope you don't mind me saying, but you are lush. What are you doing after your shift?
Johnson, 2 letters for you. H and R. Get the picture? Flirt in your own time, and not in my HQ.
Thank you, Delphine. I just remembered something I saw on the night of the seance and I just wanted to double check.
Of course. Did you find out who killed her?
Well, I'm sorry to say that although we now think she was murdered, we don't have proof of who might have done it. But I'm sure we will get our murderer soon. Thanks, Delphine. I think I've done what I need to do. We'll see you tomorrow evening at the gathering.
Okay.
This is good work, Forrester.
It sure is. Seems Stella was going to give it to Gladys when I came over. She stuffed it in the bookcase. I didn't notice, but Megan obviously did.
Not consciously, but something must have registered.
Well, as long as the letter is genuine, which should be easy to prove, this is the proof that she paid Gladys to do the deed and gave her the information she needed.
Oh, yes, and I was going back through the information that the insurance company sent me, and there were emails too. And all the ones with information about Persephone's medical status were CC'd to Stella. I missed that first time.
So she did know about the hospitalisation and her ill health. So she must have known she was next of kin too.
I knew she'd lied. Of course, I suppose we can't prove she read the emails. Even sending a read receipt doesn't necessitate reading it.
Well, the letter proves she paid Gladys, gave her the intel and told her what she wanted, but it doesn't tell us why. So we'll have to assume it was jealousy, as she seemed fairly sure at the time she wouldn't inherit. But the motive doesn't really matter, does it? We can now arrest her for both murders, and Gladys can be arrested for murder too.
And the prints on the bat matched the ones we took of Stella, so I think we have our murderers.
Sorry I doubted your hunch, Flanagan.
Thank you, ma'am. Job done. Sorry your case was so short, Bob. What were the odds of a link?
Oh, well, I guess we'll share the success on that one, yes.
I suppose.
And we'll share the arrest too.
Absolutely. I've gathered you all here to witness an arrest. Well, two, actually, because the murderers are in this room.
Oh, it's just like Agatha Christie, isn't it?
Murderers? Plural?
Let's start with Persephone, shall we? I believe it was a crime of passion, cleverly disguised to make it appear she died of natural causes.
She did die from natural causes. Are you saying she didn't?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Stella, because it's you I intend to arrest.
What? Have you gone mad?
I haven't got anything to do with it, so I'm sure.
I didn't say you had, but funnily enough, I was going to.
What?
This wasn't about making sure you inherited. That was unlikely, and as it turned out, you didn't. You believe that Persephone loved Delphine, and as you did too, to remove any potential rivalry, Persephone had to go.
Absurd.
And in some elaborate attempt to conceal the murder, you paid Gladys to perform a seance knowing that Persephone was both suggestible and had a weak heart. And I can prove you were able to provide Gladys with information about her husband's suspicious death, which she used when she was pretending to channel his spirit. And then you didn't even bother with any more theatrics. You just grabbed a cricket bat and smashed Henry's head in.
I've been married to Henry 20 years. I had plenty of time to kill him if I wanted to.
But you wanted Delphine, and when you found out he was having sex with her, you made your choice. It was Delphine. And why wouldn't you? You and Henry were always fighting. It was only ever a marriage of convenience to help you deny your real sexuality. You are bisexual after all, aren't you?
How did you know that?
I didn't for sure, but thank you for confirming my suspicions. In any case, we know you killed Henry because the fingerprints we took when we interviewed you matched the ones on the handle of the cricket bat you used to smash his skull in. And the CCTV in the car park shows you doing it. And there are guard officers outside, Stella, so don't even think about it.
All right, I did kill Henry, but it doesn't mean I killed Persephone.
Not necessarily, but we know you did. I mean, you get life for one murder, so two murders is academic, really.
Well, I'm completely innocent.
No, Gladys, Stella paid you to scare Persephone to death, knowing her medical history. We know Stella knew about her medical history, or at least her hospitalisation, because we have the notes on the email she was sent by the hospital. She told you all the information you needed to know, and she proposed to pay you in cash for going along with it. You're fee. And even that was a lie, because you're not even a medium. She was killed so Stella could make a move on Delphine. The only reason she hasn't made a move before was because she was too unsure of herself to come out. But with Persephone out of the way, and Henry too, Delphine would be hers for the taking when she was ready. And she thought she'd get away with it with a little distance.
We found the envelope stuffed full of cash you were going to give to Gladys. You put it in between some books on the bookcase when Graham's approach interrupted you. We found the note to Gladys inside.
You're lying.
Do you want me to pass it round?
She didn't clutch her chest and drop dead at the table. She died in the night of natural causes.
No, she died in the night from heart failure because of what you and Gladys arranged.
Persephone flirted with me, but I was never interested in her. She made advances to me, but I never loved her, and if I gave you that impression, Stella, then I'm very sorry. And I never loved you. I'm straight. That's why I was having an affair with Henry.
So you were not romantically involved with Persephone?
I was not. But I'm sure she was in love with me. And maybe Stella was too.
So Persephone was a lesbian?
Maybe.
Did you tell her at any time you weren't a lesbian?
No, I didn't tell her anything about my sexuality, and she never asked.
And Henry?
Henry only came to me because he was looking for everything. He wasn't getting from Stella.
You absolute bitch. I'll kill you too.
Yes, make it 3, why don't you? Because I'm arresting you for soliciting the murder of Persephone.
And we're arresting you for carrying out the murder of Henry.
You do not have to say anything, blah, blah, blah.
Graham.
I can prove you paid Gladys a large sum of money to do the seance. I can prove that you were aware of the state of Persephone's heart because you were involved in her care during and after discharge from hospital, before she employed Delphine as a housekeeper and maid.
All right, I did it, all right. I loved Delphine and I wanted Delphine for me, just for me. Henry was a cheating, lying bastard, but he was sullying my Delphine, so he had to go. I had to clear it away, and yes, I knew Persephone was suggestible, and yes, I knew about her heart, and yes, I played Gladys to scare the shit out of her, all right. Happy now? I'm mental too, yes? BDP I've got, yes? Anything else you want me to admit to?
No, thanks. And if you think you can play the I'm mental card to get an easy sentence, you can think again.
Well, whatever Stella says, I deny any involvement. I just came to do the seance. It's not my fault she found it a bit much. I didn't know she had a weak heart. I didn't know about the circumstances of her husband's death. The spirits told me.
Spirits, my arse. The only spirits in the room were the ones we drank before we started. In the face of proof, you still deny it. You certainly did know she had a weak heart. Stella just confirmed it. She admitted why.
We have a letter written to you found in an envelope full of cash on the bookcase in the drawing room.
So, are you arresting me?
Yes, Gladys. And what's more, the way I found out you're not even a medium was YouTube mainly. Megan and I did some digging into you. Rod, a graduate, accomplished stage actress under your stage name with various accents. Many clips of your shows illicitly filmed from audience members and put on YouTube. It's you, all right.
And I contacted various professional bodies for registering mediums and spiritualists and found no record of you anywhere, nor could I find any previous shows you did, including the one Stella claimed she saw you at, in the Gaiety Theatre right here in Dublin. You either told Stella you were a brilliant medium and because she was suggestible and trusted you, she believed you, or Stella knew you were an actress and asked you to pretend to be Madame Mysterium.
Correct. Persephone died of heart failure because of your performance and what Stella knew about what she'd allegedly done to her husband. Stella supplied you with the information, so Gladys, you're under arrest for murder, and you, Stella, are under arrest for soliciting a murder and for Henry's murder. My colleagues are outside to take you both into custody.
Am I free to go?
Yes, as are you, Chris. And as for Stella, perhaps I should give you the honour of handcuffing her to Bob and Matt. Henry's murder was their first case.
There weren't no CCTV in the car park.
I know. I called her bluff. I still think Persephone killed her husband to inherit his wealth. She knew he had high blood pressure and did something to make him have a stroke, but I'll never know for sure.
Why don't you ask Gladys to summon her spirit and ask her? I'm joking, obviously.
Obviously.
Oh yeah, sorry for the other day, Megan. I'll back off, innit? But I still fancy you, alright? Just putting it out there.
Make sure that's all you put out there, if you get my drift.
Yeah, good one. Noted.
There's a cloud there, right enough.
If you came here to tell me so, I know already, nothing escapes me.
No, ma'am.
How was your first case, Forrester?
Fun. Graham's a laugh and a good boss too.
Thanks, Megan. I agree.
Oh, yeah, and you owe me a tenner.
Ah, feck. Buy some drinks tonight.
If you found a plaster, you'd cut yourself.
So, you gave Megan the credit for her work then?
Yes, and assembling the suspects in the drawing room and making the arrests. It went well.
We're a good team, aren't we, Graham?
We are. And she doesn't call me sir.
No, we're cool.
What do you think of Matt? I'm not sure. Danielle headhunted him, but he's a bit of a Londoner, sir.
Like working with Danny Dyer.
I'll take your word for it.
Love how you don't even know who he is.
Well, I listen to Radio 4 mainly.
Anyway, his rough charms won't work with me.
Well, he's a bit in your face, that's for sure.
I need English subtitles. First thing he said at the scene, pipe the state of that nut.
He was commenting on the smashed up head.
When I moved over here with Flo, the Dublin slang was lost on me, so I guess now I'll learn a new lot.
Flo, your wife?
Yes, we're both from Surrey. We moved when she finished her PhD and got a job at Trinity, and there was a job for me in the Garda, so, you know.
Cool.
Well, Bob, I hope your new partnership works out as well as ours.
Just tell your Sergeant Bob, if he tries it on with me again, I'll have him on the carpet, and you know what I mean by that, right?
Oh, yes.
You have been listening to Rob Chantler as Graham, Maddi Heywood as Megan, Robert Hardy as Bob, Sue Ford as Danielle, Tim McLaughlin as Matt, Sue Ford as Persephone, Julie Ledgister as Stella, Geoff Meddelton as Henry, Angelique Evrard as Delphine, Rob Chantler as Chris, Philippa Stuart as Gladys, Nick Steed as Alan, and Rob Day as the insurance agent. The script and direction was by Rob Chantler, and this has been a free theatre company production.